Hey everybody, Caleb here. Welcome back. Today we are going over if and else statements, so let's jump right into it. Also, too, if you're watching, make sure you subscribe. It really helps. We're trying to grow this channel to help people out, and it helps when you subscribe because then our videos and all that gets pushed onto YouTube and people see this. So please subscribe, please like, helps a lot. Let's get right into it. So I'm jumping back into that same script, server script service, and today we're going over if statements and else statements. So I mentioned them in the last video with the end towards the end with the return statement. So today we're to see them in action. So first off, what is an if statement? If statement is simply a conditional. If the conditional in the if statement is true, then the line of code inside the if statement runs. Sounds confusing, but I'm going to show you an example and make it a lot more clear. For example, let's say that we have a variable. We'll call it A, and A is equal to 5. Okay, pretty simple. Let's say something like this. So if, that's the keyword in Lua, if, you can tell it's highlighted red. If A is greater than 5, that's an operation, greater than. If A is greater than 5, then you hit enter. We'll say print it is greater than 5. So, I know what you're thinking. This is a weird case. I don't know if it is. It's not. 5 is not greater than 5, but 5 is greater than or equal to 5. So that will print. So if we go ahead and we run that, it is greater than 5. Actually, I should have wrote is greater than or equal to because I changed it, but I think you know what I mean. So now we know that A is greater than or equal to 5, and we can use this in a game to check to see how many players are in a game. Hey, are there more than 5 players in the game? Great. If there are, let's start the game. If statements are very helpful. And if the condition is false, we can catch it with something called an else statement. So in this case, I'll make a better example. Let's set A equal to 7. Okay. And I'm going to change this to less than 5. And then we'll change this up. It is less than 5. So in this case, if we go ahead and we run this, it's checking A is less than 5 right here. It's going to print it is less than 5. And as you can see, it didn't, because obviously we know 7 is not less than 5. But if we go ahead and add something called an else, just a keyword else. So if this condition is false, this else statement will catch it, meaning if it's less than or equal to 5 or greater than or equal to 5, it'll catch it and it'll do whatever we do in this code block. So in this case, we'll say in the else statement, little exclamation point, dramatic effect. Now we can see that we are in the else statement. So I really like to think of the else statement as a catch. So if this conditional is false, the else statement will catch it and then do anything else. This is very useful with games. I actually just use a little system like this when I'm trying to start like a round loop game. Excuse me. So I'm checking to see if like the player count is greater than or equal to a certain number. If it is, then I start my round loop. Else, I go and do a waiting for players event where I just wait for players to join the game. It's extremely useful. They're very helpful. And honestly, they're pretty straightforward. I just want to show you guys one more thing. So I talked about flat out returning yesterday, where you didn't have to return anything. You can just say the keyword return and the function will end. So if we go ahead and make a function, and we'll call this, uh, we'll just call this temp. I don't want it to do anything. Okay. Actually, let's just take in one variable, or variable parameter, excuse me. So we'll say if A is greater than, we'll say 5, we'll do the same thing, then print it is greater than 5. Okay. Else, we'll say something like, actually, we'll just say return. And then down here, we're going to be like, I don't know, print, doing more stuff. So a lot of the thing with game development is there's a lot of checks to it. So we do something called return early. So we like to return, actually, that is a bigger topic. I'm going to save that. But for now, let's just focus on this. So we have a is greater than 5. And obviously, if a is greater than 5, it's going to print this. Otherwise, it's just going to return. And that means it jumps out of the function and never goes to this. However, if a is greater than 5, it's going to print this. And then it's going to jump out of this if statement. And then it's going to come down here and print doing more stuff. So let's go ahead and let's call temp. And then let's set it equal to 6 so you guys get that first example. I always forget to set my game. So we see that it is greater than 5. Perfect. And now it's doing more stuff because it came down here. Now, if it's now it's not. So now it's less than 5. We're at 4. So what it's going to do is going to go to this first. It's go, okay, is 4 less than or greater than 5? Excuse me. It's not. So it's going to catch it. And within the catch, the else statement, we just say return. So it's going to return. It's never going to get to this. And it should not print out anything. Just like that, nothing prints out. That's all with if statements. There are some more, but this is like the core of if statements. Lewis syntax as well. They're extremely useful. I think I use them in just about every single function I've written. They're amazing. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, you let me know. Next video, we got some loops. That's pretty exciting stuff. And then we'll start actually scripting with some properties and stuff like that as well. There's so much you can do with game development. There's so much I can teach. I really want to hit it all. I'll make sure I hit the little topics too to make everything clear. But until then, enjoy. Make sure you guys practice this. I'll see you in the next video.